Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. I have been trying to go live now a couple of times in a row and somehow it's not really working out. So we'll just do a quick video. This is day 3 from the big bear market dump to new lows for this year. But today we have a bit of a pump, bit of a relief rally for Bitcoin. If you like the content, then please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click, and also if you don't miss anything, leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Without further ado, let's start diving into the charts and let's try tomorrow to do the live stream again. This is BTC USD, and I actually right away want to zoom in here on the 4 hourly, and also tweeted it, put this on Twitter yesterday, that the 4 hourly went as low as 9, and even intermediate on this candle we went below 9 for this 4 hourly candle, so heavily oversold. So a bounce was due, and because we were so extremely oversold here, and also on other time frames like the hourly, as you can see, we already spent quite some time here, once, twice, 3 times. Well, that doesn't happen until eternity, so I thought, well, since we already had a drop for, was it 20-25% I believe from the top. Let me check from this spike down. Yeah, look at that, 25%. I thought, okay, this is due for a bounce, so I closed most of the short, but you will not hear me say that the bottom is in. Like I said also earlier this week, you can have a green day or even 2 green days within a big sell-off, and then you have a little bit of a relief. Everyone thinks, okay, that's it, and then you're just going lower again. Where eventually the bottom is, we don't know, but I do not really think actually that this was the bottom. You can also see here on the daily, the RSI was a little bit oversold, but then by today right away bounced back up. Now, of course, the 4 hourly and the other time frames are back into let's say neutral zone again. That is nice, because during the sell-off you want to have these pumps up so that there is room again to go down, and that these indicators have a bit of time to breathe and to come back up. That is usually how it works. Alright, also on Market Cipher B, it looks slowly a little bit better, or shall we say we made some space for more downwards movement. This was of course super deep money flow, fat in the red. Now the RSIs are pointing up as same as the VWAP and the money flow and the momentum wave, but I would not be surprised 1 or 2 candles further, then we are creating a red dot again and we are going lower, or at least retest the lows. Same for the hourly. Absolutely a bloodbath here on the money flow, and you can see that it kind of wants to curve now back down again. Also here, maybe here we're going down, or we are creating something like a double top, or something maybe like a bearish divergence. That actually would be very nice if the price goes higher here on the hourly. Momentum wave does something like this. Nice confirmation to trigger a short again. So I absolutely do not think that we are out of the woods yet, and I'm still bearish. I want to see some retesting also here, because the bounce was quite severe now within a day. It is not that we dump and say, okay, now this is the bottom, while we first, a lot of people thought with 17.6, and then we're just going higher and that was it, the end. That is not how it works. You have a retest, a fake out, a breakout, all kinds of stuff that's going to happen in the charts to set you off to think, oh, the top is in, no, the bottom is in, no, the other way around, and then we're just going higher or lower again. So definitely be very careful. But if we have a green day tomorrow as well, then we have a classic mid-week reversal, meaning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is then one side, and then Thursday, Friday is the other side, and that is also so far what we have had. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then now Thursday a green candle. Of course it was also a little bit due after such a big drop that you're getting something a little bit of a reversal, or at least something a little bit of a relief. And actually what a relief it has been so far, 10%, but I think all the way to the peak it was like 14 or 15% if I'm not mistaken. Let's take the ultimate bottom. Yeah, look at that, 14%, perfect. So just be careful, and I am looking out to short again. So I have to say I expected a little bit of a bounce, but not such a heavy bounce. Everything had to do, of course, also with the CPI data. We'll come there in a second. But I did not expect such a big bounce. So that's only nice, because that means that the harder we bounce, I'm still bearish. So that means that the ride down is also a little bit longer, and we can therefore enjoy the bear cycle or the ride down more, and therefore also take more profit. So that's important to know. DXY, like I said, CPI data came out. Inflation is coming down. Let's first look at that real quick. Inflation is coming down now again, 7.7 on let's say the quote-unquote regular inflation, and the core inflation, one I already told you multiple times what the Fed is really looking at, also came down. This one is much more important. Of course, it goes much slower. This one is inflation, but then corrected for food and fuel cost. To be honest, I have not watched anything live. I just only saw the data, so I have no idea what it was in the basket that made the inflation drop a little bit. But of course, is the policy from the Fed that pressuring inflation down. So this now maybe in potential could be the double peak on core inflation. We only know this, of course, next month or the month after. If the 6.3 comes down again, then maybe we had a bit of a double top scenario. If it is 6.3 or it is higher, then pack your bags. Then of course the markets will go down again. But these are slowly the first signs, and of course that this is coming down is also very nice. This, when the Fed is also talking about we want to go to 2%, they're looking more at this graph right here. So that's very important. Of course, inflation is still, unemployment rate is still at record low. So also that needs to go up, but I think that will happen in the next 6 to 12 months. We already saw that Facebook was laying off 11,000 people. That's also something with Salesforce firing 1,000 people, and more companies will follow that. They will fire thousands of people, and then you will of course see that unemployment rate going up. When the news came out, then of course the dollar index was dumping. I don't have to show you which candle that was. Quite a big dump, 2.4% on the dollar index. That is extreme, especially when I zoom out, and then you see just how much of a draw that was. I still remain in my bias that I think the Fed will keep on rising the interest rates. We're not out of the woods yet, but this is of course just a reaction on the news. I do also think that at some point we are going to revisit the highs again. I was actually hoping that this was maybe a bit of a W pattern, and then we're going higher, but of course that's now not the case anymore because of the data that came in. Also on that data, of course, BTC started to pump. It was quite the pump. This is quickly BTC on the 5 minutes, and there you can see a bit more than 5%. That's actually where we ended up, but I think the whole candle in 5 minutes was, look at that, almost 7% from top to bottom. I did not long this at all. I took most of the short out here. Yesterday when I was looking at it, it was like, there's a bit of a double top, double bottom idea. Then also I saw the 4 hourly and the hourly extremely oversold. I said, why would you push it? Don't be too greedy. I took almost the entire position out, had a very small position left. Wrote this out, and then it got stopped out somewhere here. Also in profit, of course, but then at least I secured as much profit as I could. So there was actually so far a very nice ride, shall we say, to the downside. And now we need to see when we see the first topping signs. We do already have the first topping sign here on the hourly. You're seeing that the momentum wave is creating a red dot, not really strong follow through. So of course now Europe is closed, States will close very soon. Then we have the Asian session in a few hours. Maybe we'll do some zigzagging, maybe another leg up. That could absolutely happen. And then you could also maybe have this bearish divergence where I was talking about. Something I'm also looking at, but that is still a little bit of a stretch, is that let me get this bigger one. This is the macro value area that we have used already, and right now the value area low of that one is approximately 18,700 to 19,000, depending a little bit on which exchange you're taking. Let's say it's 19,000. I think that was on Bybit. That is still 5, 6, 7, 8%. I think that is quite the stretch to make, but it would make sense that the price is dropping, then going back up to confirm it as resistance, and then going lower. So keep that in mind, that although let's say we're getting also a big pump tomorrow, it doesn't mean right away that this was the low. It could be just a retest of that, a retest of that value area low, and that we're then going back down to maybe hit the golden pocket, or to make a double low, or even worse, of course, if you're a bull, to take out the lows. That's actually my preferred scenario, because the real capitulation, we have not really seen it yet. This of course was pretty bad yesterday. but people calling for, I don't know, 5,000, 3,000, we have not really seen it yet. So I am staying cautious. Maybe I will tap in a little bit into the short, but I'm trying to build it up as we go on our way up. And then once we go down, then I have, let's say, kind of an average price, because you could also scalp in this environment or take take really day trades. Of course, there was a lot of volatility. If I just take here the 15 minute, and this is just a regular candle, 1.5% in 15 minutes. This one had 2.5% in them. This green one had 1.5. This was 1.2, all in 15 minutes. So that's of course quite extreme. And if you then work on leverage, that can go pretty fast. I have decided not to scalp all day, just also because of the risk and because of this major sell-off. That everything is so bearish. You have no idea what news is coming out about FTX, that this could just suddenly nuke south again. And I've been also pulling some fips. There were also quite some fake outs here and there, so you would have had quite some trades that didn't work out at all. Okay, so DXY, we talked about it. We are right now a little bit at support 108.1. If we break lower, then I am looking at this one, 105, but I'm kind of hoping that it's holding. Once it goes back up again, Bitcoin will go down. Inflation, we talked about it. One last thing I wanted to tell you is that finally we hear something from Sam Bankfucker. In this very long tweet, I will not read everything. He's starting off that he is now finally sorry and he fucked up and should have done better. Well, this actually is very long about everything that has gone wrong. Something that I found very interesting is that he said this should have happened, no leverage, and 20 times average daily withdrawals is what they need to deliver. But the leverage that they had over their entire equity was 1.7, and the liquidity was 0.8. And yeah, if you then someone wants to withdraw 5 billion and you just have everything outstanding, like we already talked about in the live stream, that there is just no cash because it did so many mergers and acquisition, yeah, then right away you're having a problem. And if then your stable coin is just a regular crypto coin, not backed by anything, not by the dollar, by gold, by Bitcoin, by whatever, yeah, then right away you're getting a problem once people start selling it off. So this was I didn't know enough about this, and like I said, I've never had an account there, so it's completely fine. But this was of course a major design flaw from whoever all put this who built the exchange. No, anyways, he goes on and on and on. He says a few times that he's sorry, and eventually I think there are also some tweets here. At some point you might, I might have more to say about a particular sparring partner, so to speak, but you know, glass houses. So for now, all I say is well played, you won. So it looks like something else has been going on, and the blame game has slowly started. Yeah, he's also right away putting a major disclaimer there for whatever happens. And what I understood is that they're now trying to get liquidity to the exchange so that people can withdraw their funds. What I kind of heard or read between the lines and in the rumors is that there is a gap on the balance sheet of somewhere between 5 and 6 billion. In other words, you need to find investors, financiers who wanna invest 5 to 6 billion in the exchange just to keep it up, and so that people can extract their funds. And then you still need to make a plan to make stuff profitable again, because also those investors want to have their 5 billion back. I think it's hopeless. If the gap is really 5 billion on a balance sheet, it's not gonna happen. I think it's the case is done. This might bring a little bit light for some people, but I think eventually, like I said, if the gap is really 5 billion, it will go down again, and then also the coin will go down, and maybe that's the extra push for crypto. So that will be it for now. I really hope to go live again tomorrow if the technique holds. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also follow me on Twitter, the link's in the description. I have been posting a lot on Twitter with all kinds of updates, so definitely don't forget to check that out. Thank you guys so much again. See you in the next one. Bye bye.